Okay, so for those of you who may not have heard about World Vision, we are a Christian humanitarian organization operating in nearly 100 countries around the world. We are dedicated to helping the most vulnerable children, even in the most dangerous places, to overcome poverty and experience fullness of life. World Vision, we serve all people regardless of religion, race, ethnicity, or gender. So for World Vision Singapore, we're supporting currently a total of 14 countries around the world, from Southeast Asia all the way to the West Bank and also the African regions. So at World Vision, we aim to transform communities via child sponsorship. With the $45 that you contribute each month, the funds are being pumped into these interventions you see here. We believe in taking a holistic approach to tackling all these areas because really, what use if a child has education but no access to clean water and falls sick often? Or how long can good nutrition and health care be ensured without proper economic livelihoods? Therefore, we tackle all these different interventions by pooling together the contributions of all our sponsors, thereby maximizing the dollar value of your $45. Because for every one child you sponsor, 4 more benefits. Furthermore, by working closely with local community members, we ensure that poverty is less likely to come back and have a long-lasting and real impact. So we are committed to the process of transformation. As you can see from this chart, there are 3 phases to our approach, and the ultimate goal is to see communities take charge of their projects and see them through. So you can see for the first 3 years, World Vision is on the ground to build foundation. We work closely with the local leaders to identify challenges that the community faces. We then roll out an action plan and carry out the different interventions. For years 4 to 10, we actually evaluate and grow. So this period of time, we actually make any necessary adjustments to any of the projects until the goals have been met. And of course, for the final few years, we are there to ensure that we enhance sustainability so that families can be empowered and continue the work that we have helped start. So we are all here today because we wanted to celebrate the Phase-Out of Tien Lu in Vietnam. I would like to bring you down this transformation journey from the time World Vision first stepped into the community way back in 2009 until today. This achievement could not have been done without the support of sponsors like yourself. Before I begin, I would like to invite Hang, who is the area program manager of Tien Lu, to join us. Hang, please.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Yes. I am Hang. I'm Tien Lu area program manager. It is a very special moment when sitting here talking with all of you, sharing about the change in life of the children and communities over the past 10 years. I'm a very lucky person when I can observe the great change happening since the beginning of the ADP up to now. I also had a chance to work and meet in person with many of you, our kind-hearted sponsor, and who have inspired me to work on the behalf to support needy children and community to transform the life of the children. It's nice to meet all of you today.
Thank
Yes.
you so much,
Hi.
Hang. Also with us here, we have a very special group of guests. We have more than 100 sponsored children in Tien Lu, and they will be joining us in today's webinar session. Hi!
The children, together say hi, sponsor.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so these children, they will be watching this webinar session as well. And let's start. So allow me to share with you some of the background information of our community in Tien Lu. So for those of you who have joined us on our World Vision Child Sponsorship trips to Tien Lu, you will know that this area is located in the Red River Delta in northern Vietnam. It is the lowest lying part of Hang Yen Province, about 85 kilometers south of Hanoi. Tien Lu district is the poorest of 10 districts in Hang Yen Province. The common problems among children in the community are malnutrition, limited access to quality education, injuries and sickness, lack of life skills, and high school dropout rates. So in 2009, World Vision identified targeted communes in the district and launched its community development activities. Difficult terrain and weather conditions contribute directly to economic difficulties. While agriculture accounts for most of the population's income, productivity is low due to flooding, which occurs about 4 to 6 months a year, and poor soil conditions, subpar irrigation systems, and difficulty in transportation and lack of knowledge as well. So when we begin this project, about 30 to 40% of households are under the poverty line. So Hang, maybe you can share with us what is the average income per head, when we first started in this area?
Yeah, the average income before women's income is very low. As you see, the rate of poor family is very high as well. The the rate of the poor family live under poverty is around 46%, and the income per head per month is only 400,000 Vietnam dong.
Yeah, so 400,000 Vietnam dong is actually about 24 SGD. So that is the average income per head per month, correct? When we first started. Okay, so let's go through some of the challenges that this community faces. So before World Vision intervened, the main challenges identified were low rice production with limited access to markets and alternative sources of income, as mentioned earlier, and low standard of education, especially at preschool and primary school level. So if you can see from the first picture on the left, the classroom and schools, they lack proper infrastructure and facilities. So with insufficient education facilities and a lack of professionally trained teachers, the quality of education in the community was very low. Approximately 20% of children stopped learning after secondary school, while 50 to 60% of children did not pursue further education after high school. Also, there is a lack of awareness of environmental sanitation. As you can see from the picture in the middle, old and hazardous toilets were a very common sight at the start. And also the clinics had a lack of equipment and qualified health professionals to work in it. Because of all these challenges, as well as the lack of childcare knowledge among parents, it contributed to a variety of health concerns. So malnutrition rates of children under 5 years old were very high, and children were very vulnerable to bacterial diseases such as respiratory inflammation and diarrhea. Additionally, 22.3% of the community members suffered from acute respiratory infections, while about 80% of women suffered from gynecological problems. So, since World Vision started work in 2009, the lives of the people in Tien Lu have improved tremendously. Now, they are better equipped to start their journey towards maintaining self-sufficiency and building a stronger community. New farming techniques helped 86.3% of farmers increase their annual income by 400%. Locals were also taught alternative livelihood options to diversify their income channels, such as mushroom farming. 5 new educational facilities were built, while the 12 existing schools across different levels were upgraded and equipped to meet the country's safe school requirement. Together with the help from the local government, health facilities have been renovated to be better equipped. So now 80% of the locals seek health consultations at these facilities compared to the earlier report of just 23%. So really, because of the power of your help, 1,300 children are sponsored in Tien Lu. But more than that, 33,683 people in Tien Lu have benefited from World Vision's interventions. So Hang, maybe you can share with us some of these achievements from the statistics that we see here.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of the support that have bring change to our community and children. Yes, these are three. You can see the three main indicators showing the change, but in fact we have many different changes. For example, the rate of the poor, and you can see the rate of the poor and near poor family have much reduced. It's because different support of the World Vision over past 10 years. Like we supported nearly 400 poor and near poor family with children planting potatoes, and we bring incomes of about 550 USD per family per year. We also supported about 1,000 households with over 2,000 children to raise chicken that not only provide nutrition for children but also brought income of about over 200 USD per household per year. And in addition, we also supported the most vulnerable family with children with cow raising. Up to now, we have 200 and over 200 households supported, and over 140 calf born that brings the benefit of around 500 to 800 USD per family annually. With this increased income, the family are able to pay for the education, stationery, food for their children. Regarding to the health sector, you can see the nutrition indicator have also have a great reduction with stunting rate from 29.3% to 13.2%. This having this change is due to World Vision have different behavior change communication for mother and caretakers in taking care of children. Such nutrition communication conducted twice every month at Nutrition Club. We do nutrition demonstrations, rehabilitation for minority children. We also supported the family with the family having hygiene toilet and using clean waters, and this have much change. The percentage of family having hygienic toilets increased from 10% to nearly 90% now. Regarding to the education sector, you can see besides the building capacity for the teacher to improve teaching qualities, we have conducted different training workshops, close monitoring contests organized every year. So up to now, there are 100% of preschool teachers applying active learning methods, 100% of primary school and secondary school teachers apply ALM and active learning methodologies and integrated life skill education effectively. Besides that, we also support with new school learning and teaching facilities. Up to now, you can see before the World Vision's kindergarten is very downgraded, but up to now, all the kindergarten schools have a good condition, hygiene, sanitation. The children enjoy qualified lessons, friendly learning environments. So the rate of children enroll in the kindergartens much increased. Also, we work together with the local government to ensure the children have better protected, participated in different development activities at their village and school. We provide the children with chance to participate in annual review planning process, organizing different children events, teaching them with life skills, living values, especially children giving chance to facilitate the communication training for their friends at children club are established at the village and commune. They also given chance to do their own small initiative that contribute in building friendly environment, shaping living safe and safe learning and living environment at school, at their village, at school and at their village. Sometimes the children together they make the project to support for their friends who are in difficult circumstances to establish learning color at home or together with adults calling to fence the pond to prevent children drowning. This participation has enhanced capacity, build confidence, and strong social relationship among children, and the role and voice of children have been recognized by leaders and communities. So these are some measures change that I would like to share with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
To describe all the changes that happening at the Tien Lu AP now. Yeah.
Correct. There's too many changes because we've been there for 11 years. And you know, just now we actually mentioned at the start that before World Vision entered, the average income per head per month was 400,000 Vietnam dong, which amounts to about 24 SGD. So what is the average income per head per month now?
Yeah, the average income per head per year of the family is in all four communes is from 45 to 50 million million Vietnam dong.
Okay, so if it's per month, that would be
per year 45 to 50 million Vietnam dong per year per head.
So it has definitely increased.
Much increase, I think 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are some of the achievements that we have highlighted. And of course, we have a lot more achievements and interventions that you can read up on. So we have a website link on the screen. If you would like to find out more, please feel free to head over to the website after this webinar. And of course, I'm sure if you have any questions for Hang, you can use the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen. We will have a Q&A segment with Hang later on in the program, and she'll be able to answer some of your questions. Also, I believe most of you here are actually Tien Lu sponsors, so you should have received your phase-out package by now. If you have any phase-out queries, please feel free to WhatsApp the number 69220135, and my colleague will be able to assist you with any of these queries. So now the Tien Lu team has actually prepared for us a very special video. It's a transformation video which actually showcases some of the stories and interventions and achievements from the very beneficiaries themselves. So let's watch it. Enjoy.
Trước đó thì chồng thì là cũng không quan tâm, một lát thì hai đứa con ăn uống thì các cháu nó không được đầy đủ. Tôi nghĩ tưởng là không nuôi được các cháu, nhưng mà lúc gì thì cứ thôi mình tự động viên mình thôi. Mấy hai con đến đâu thì cố gắng lên đấy. Ngày xưa thì cái công an Việt Nam nó khó lắm, như nó không như bây giờ. Thì tôi giống như ngò cua này, con ốc này, rồi đánh thuốc sâu thuê để nuôi các cháu ăn học. Tầm nhìn về ông cho tôi được đi học lớp phổ thông, chăn nuôi bò và chăn gà, nuôi bò sao để cho con bò nó được béo tốt, nó đẻ ngoan, sao nuôi gà cũng có con gà mà nó đỡ bệnh, để cải thiện cho các cháu thức ăn hàng ngày. Thì nhờ được những cái kỹ năng nuôi bò nuôi gà thì kinh tế của gia đình tôi nâng cao lên. Trong 10 năm qua thì tầm nhìn qua về hỗ trợ cho gia đình tôi. Một con bò thì là tôi từ năm 2009 là tôi nuôi thì là về được 7 tháng là nó sinh ra được một con. Nên tôi bán đi thì để cho các cháu đóng tiền học tiền hành cho các cháu. Còn sang 2012 là được một quan nữa thì là tôi xây nhà để tôi để bán đi để ra nợ, thì cũng qua mượn bên ngoài xây nhưng mà ông vẫn còn nợ, thế nên mượn bên ngoài để giá. Thì tiếp theo thì nó lại đẻ quan nữa thì tôi cũng vẫn bán đi để tôi trả nợ. Trong cái thời điểm này thì tôi cũng nuôi được 9-10 con bê thì tôi cũng giải được hết nợ. Đến giờ là tôi cũng hết nợ rồi. Sau 10 năm hỗ trợ như thế thì tôi cảm thấy là gia đình mình thay đổi rất nhiều. Kinh tế thay đổi thì là các cháu được ăn học, thì những bữa ăn thì có nhiều chất dinh dưỡng này. Tôi cũng mua được xe đạp điện cho cháu này, xe máy cho cháu này. Rồi tôi sắm sửa trong nhà thì tivi rồi tủ lạnh. Rồi nhà cửa tôi cũng làm cho các cháu để khang trang để cho các cháu nó ở. Thì tôi cũng đi tập huấn về nước sạch và vệ sinh môi trường. Tôi cảm thấy về nhà cái trường cầu ngày xưa thì nó rất bẩn, nhà vệ sinh rất bẩn. Thế là tôi mới thay đổi, quyết định là làm cái điện thoại sạch sẽ cho nó đỡ ruồi muỗi nó.
Thời gian vừa qua thì thay mặt tại địa phương thì tôi cũng rất cảm ơn là sự giúp đỡ cũng như quan tâm của tầm thế giới đã tạo điều kiện cho địa phương để phát triển kinh tế xã hội cũng như là thay đổi được cái sức khỏe của người dân trong thời gian vừa qua. Sau này mà khi tầm thế giới được chuyển giao tại địa phương thì chúng tôi sẽ duy trì và phát triển những cái hoạt động gần giới như công tác truyền thông cho ban quản lý, cho các ban phát triển thôn và các câu lạc bộ sẽ tiếp tục duy trì thông qua các cái buổi sinh hoạt thôn, rồi các buổi sơ kết tổng kết các ngày đoàn thể và cái vui chơi chợ hè của Nhiêu Liên và Tết Trung Thu. Và đặc biệt sẽ phát triển cái mô hình phát triển kinh tế của hộ gia đình sẽ ngày càng phát triển theo cái xu hướng là sẽ phát triển đi lên.
Tôi được tham gia vào những các cái buổi dung chuông vàng này, rồi câu lạc bộ dinh dưỡng, rồi truyền thông về cách chăm sóc nuôi gà, nuôi bò, được hỗ trợ bò này, được hỗ trợ gà này, rồi hỗ trợ các cháu đồ dùng học tập và bàn ghế và sách vở cho các cháu học, và vay cái tài chính vi mô về để thầu ruộng để cấy để cho tăng thu nhập trong gia đình. Tầm nhìn thế giới thì đã hỗ trợ cháu Ánh là con gái lớn của tôi là được đi khám chữa bệnh và điều trị cho cháu chuyển máu rất nhiều, thì là cháu đã bị viêm gan C, thì cũng được tổ chức tầm nhìn thế giới được hỗ trợ cho cháu được một cái nguồn kinh phí rất là lớn để cho cháu được khỏi bệnh trở lại với cộng đồng. Nhưng mà tôi cảm động nhất là nhờ cộng đồng chung tay góp sức giúp đỡ gia đình tôi, nên ngày hôm nay tôi không biết gì nói hơn. Tôi cảm ơn tất cả những tấm lòng hảo tâm và tổ chức tầm nhìn thế giới đã giúp đỡ vợ chồng tôi và các cháu, cho cháu đi học bình thường. Đến nay sức khỏe của cháu rất ổn và cháu trở lại sống bình thường.
Em thích rất là thích hát. Ở trường thì các thầy cô hay cử đi hát cho trường và đại hội. Ước mơ sau này của em là em được đi học nhạc và thực hiện ước mơ mình. Làng Quan Họ quê tôi, tháng riêng mùa hát hội, những đêm trăng hát gọi. Con sông cầu làng bao xanh, ngang nương làng Quan Họ xanh xanh. Làng Quan Họ quê tôi,
ơi, những chiều bao thương nhớ, tiếng ca đầu ngọn gió, non quay thao người ơi, non quay thao nói gì.
So we now have a sponsor sharing, and recently we held a social media contest where we invited the Tien Lu sponsors to share about their child sponsorship journey on social media platforms. Today, we have invited Mr. Chang, who is our Tien Lu sponsor, to come share a bit about his own child sponsorship journey. So Mr. Chang has been sponsoring his sponsored child for a total of 7 years. Mr. Chang, are you there?
Hi everyone, how are you? Hello, good morning.
So, Mr. Chang, share with us a bit about, how you heard about World Vision and, how you started this whole child sponsorship.
Okay, actually 7 years ago, my wife and I went to your World Vision office. There was a talk, it's regarding the sponsorship program. So after the talk, it was so impressive. So after that, we decided to join the program. That was 7 years ago.
Wow. Has the child sponsorship journey been? Because I believe that you have written letters and sent presents.
It was great, and because we over the past 7 years, through World Vision's efforts, we can actually send letters to Tu Yan, my sponsored child, and also during her birthday, we specially prepared some presents almost every year, but not every year. Sometimes we forgot, sorry about that. So we sent it to her, and thank you World Vision to bring the present to the child, and she was so delighted. And so basically, it's a two-way traffic. She also sent us letters, and can I show some of the things?
Of course.
These are the progress report that we received from her. So we are so happy about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. So I know also that because after when we leave Tien Lu, we will continue new area in Sontra, and you have continued your child sponsorship in Sontra. So maybe you can just share in general, there may be some of the sponsors here who are considering child sponsorship, or, who are still deciding whether they should continue their child sponsorship. So maybe if you have any words of encouragement or,
Okay, sure. Actually, this sponsorship program is very good because just only $45 per month, it makes a huge difference to the communities which World Visions are actually helping. Now, they use the fund to actually build schools and to train teachers, and the teachers would teach the children, and also to improve the hygiene and environment. Now, basically $45 per month, well, it's about $150 a day, if I'm not wrong. So nowadays, $150, we can't even buy a plate of chicken rice. Okay, so I would like to encourage everyone to give support to World Vision and join the sponsorship program after this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chang. Yes, so for those of you who are interested in our child sponsorship program, you can actually raise your hand and my colleague will be able to drop you a WhatsApp message. So okay. Mr. Chang, Mr. and Mrs. Chang, before you leave, we have actually a little surprise for you. We know that that your sponsored child is unable to appear today because she's having exams, but the Tien Lu team has actually prepared a short little video of your sponsored child. So please.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you hold on for a while. Okay. Because there's a WhatsApp coming in. I just want to flip up. Okay, got it already.
Okay.
Cháu xin được giới thiệu cháu tên là Nguyễn Thị Tuyền, 203 hôm nay cháu rất vui khi được đến đây để nói chuyện với cô chú. Cháu xin được giới thiệu đến thân về gia đình mình. Gia đình cháu có 5 người, bố mẹ cháu, 2 anh trai và cháu. Của cháu là buôn văn, tại vì khi viết văn cháu được viết những gì mình nghĩ và được làm bản thân của mình. Ước mơ sau này của cháu là được làm hướng dẫn viên du lịch. Tuy cháu có hơi chút nét nhưng mà cháu sẽ cố gắng vượt qua bản thân để làm công việc mình mơ ước. Cháu cũng rất cảm ơn những món quà của cô chú đã gửi cho cháu. Tuy rất nhỏ nhưng mà nó ý nghĩa. Đây chiếc áo cô chú đã gửi tặng cho cháu là những bức ảnh, lá thư và cái ví cầm tay. mỗi khi dùng nó thì cháu thường nhớ về cô chú và cảm ơn những món quà này. Cháu mong rằng sau này cô chú có thể đi giúp đỡ được nhiều các bạn ở trên đất nước Việt Nam này, và cũng cảm ơn cô chú vì đã tài trợ cho vùng quê của cháu. Và cuối cùng cháu xin chúc cô chú có một sức khỏe dồi dào và luôn thành công trong công việc của mình. Hi sponsor, thank you for sponsoring me with you and family healthy and happy.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little video, Mr. and Mrs. Chang. Yeah, thank you so much for sponsoring her for 7 years, and that's a very long time, and I think she really appreciates your support and help. So yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Chang, they will be actually meeting their sponsored child via an arranged Zoom call on another day because she's having her exams today. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing some of your experiences.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And of course, we would like to extend our social media contest. So for those of you who may not have heard, we are having this social media contest where you can actually share about your child sponsorship journey. You can post some pictures and on your social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, and we will be able to pick 3 lucky sponsors this time round, where you'll be able to have an opportunity to meet your sponsored child for the very last time over Zoom. So the instructions are actually on the website. You can see on the screen. We're actually extending this contest for 1 week, and yeah, please feel free, if you have any questions, you can actually WhatsApp us. So now we have a very, very special performance by our beneficiaries all the way from Tien Lu.
Huyền vào, Huyền đọc cam của chị Huyền ra. Phản ơi, phản đọc cam. Phản ơi, phản ra, phản đọc cam.
Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, thank you so much for the performance. Apologies, the video may be a bit laggy. The connectivity issues is not that good, but we hope you enjoyed a bit of that performance. Thank you so much to the Tien Lu team for preparing that. So because of each and every sponsor's constant help and support, families and children in Tien Lu have found ways to increase incomes, improve the quality of education, and reduce the rate of malnutrition and infectious diseases. On behalf of all of us here at World Vision, we would like to say a big thank you to all our sponsors. And also, Hang, I believe your team in Tien Lu is there with you as well. We'd like to say a few words to the sponsors.
Yes, thank you, our sponsor. It's me and my team member. Also today, be at the party, and we would like to say much time for the support our children in Tien Lu district. The contribution and support have been transforming lives of children and community people. We do hope to get the continuous support for children in many other places in Vietnam. Wishing you and family all the best and stay safe. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hang, for joining us in today's session. Yeah,
Thank you.
If you have any questions for the team in Tien Lu, please feel free to use the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, we still stay here until finish the webinar.
Yes,
yeah, so we feel free to answer all the questions.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Much. So now, I believe this question is on everyone's mind. Why do World Vision leave the community they are helping? So we have a little interactive poll for everyone to join. Yeah, there'll be a window popping on your screen if you can help participate. And, you know, it's just a little quiz. Okay, we see the responses coming in. Okay, yes, I think most of you are correct. Okay, good thing none of you chose option 2 and 3. So yes, when a sponsorship program ends, it's because the community has reached a point where they can continue the development work we begin together and on their own. So in most cases, committees made up of local people are set up to monitor progress and oversee development work. The ultimate goal of child sponsorship is really self-sufficiency. So when this has been achieved, World Vision moves on to another community in need. Through our sponsorship programs, children and adults gain knowledge and skills which stay with them for a very long time, even after World Vision has gone and for generations to come. So with this, you know how at World Vision, we really do not stop at one community because there's still so much needs in this world. So we believe in continuing to venture out to the most vulnerable places to reach out and touch the lives of the poorest. With this goal in mind, we have started to support a new community in Vietnam called Sontra. I would like to invite Nia, who is the Area Program Manager for Sontra, to join us. Hi Nia, are you there? Yeah, do you want to show your face to everyone? You can switch on your webcam. Okay, while we wait for Nia, let me show you the introduction video that the Sontra team has prepared for this session.
chào nhà bạn chợ. Em tên là Phan Thị Phương Quyên. Chào mừng nhà bạn chợ đã đến với hoạt động của chúng em.
Mặc dù chúng ta sống ở trong thành phố lớn, thành phố là du lịch, nhưng mà còn những nhiều hộ nghèo và nghèo lắm, trình độ văn hóa thấp, đi làm thuê, làm biển, thu nhập không ổn định. Trẻ em hộ nghèo không được nuôi dưỡng đầy đủ, suy dinh dưỡng, thất học và trẻ bị bỏ rơi.
Chúng em ký sinh tự an toàn trong cộng đồng. Hàng ngày xe hơi, xe máy đi qua lại rất đông. Trong cộng đồng, một bên là sông, một bên là biển. Vì vậy chúng em đối diện với rủi ro tai nạn thương tích rất cao, đặc biệt là tai nạn giao thông, đuối nước, vân vân.
Trong những vấn đề lớn nhất hiện nay chính là tệ nạn xã hội đã xảy ra hàng ngày. Nhiều cô chú đến bài bạc cả ngày, nhiều anh thanh niên nghiện thuốc đã bị đưa vào trại cai nghiện, khi về lại bị tái nghiện. Có rất nhiều vụ trộm cắp xảy ra. Nhiều nhóm thanh niên hay tụ tập lại đánh lộn với nhau. Em rất lo sợ, ba mẹ em rất lo lắng cho chúng em.
Hi Nia.
Hello, you see my voice now?
Effect. Okay. Hi Nia, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello sponsor. Hello, colleagues from Singapore.
Sorry Nia, we can't hear you.
Hello again. Hello, you hear me?
Yes, that's good.
Okay. Hello, sponsors, and hello, colleagues from Singapore. My name is Nghĩa. I'm the program manager of Centra. I'm the father of 3 children. Very nice to see you here.
Thank you so much, Nia, for being here with us today. And okay, so let's share about some of the background information in Sontra. So we know that for Sontra program, we started in 2015, and this area is actually located in an urban area. It's one of our only urban area projects. So this area is actually located about 1 kilometers away from Da Nang city center. So urbanization is actually rapidly spreading in Sontra district right now, but the children from poor families still continue to struggle to meet their basic needs. And almost 1 in 5 people live on less than USD $3 a day. So there are gaps in the areas of housing, transportation, and education. And as the area develops, there's also an increase in hotels and tourism, but the locals are ill-equipped for this change as they lack formal education and technical skills. As a result, they have challenges gaining employment and providing for their children's basic needs. So Nia, do you have anything to add on for this, background information on Sontra district?
Yeah. Hello, very nice to have information to share to you. Sontra, 20 years ago, it's just a village, a fishing village. But since Da Nang city reorganized, the government restructured the city, so they make a bridge to connect the centers of the city to the another side is Sontra now. But Sontra is still like the culture and the economic, just like the rural area. And the main job of the local people is fishing. So they just do fishing every day for their living.
Yeah, so we can see here that the main source of livelihood, as you mentioned, is fishing. But we also understand that due to some of the fishing areas being restricted, fishermen are unable to catch enough to feed their families and sustain a stable income. And overmore, there is different seasons, like during the typhoon seasons, they're not able to go out to fish, right? So can you share with us some of these challenges that they face?
Yeah, now you can see on the pictures the products of after 4 hours.
Yeah.
After 4 hours, 5 of them can make this fish. Some days more, but some days less. And they can earn around these are around 3 kg of fish. So they are 25 US, 25 US, and so if average, they can earn from 3 to 5 US a day per person for to feed children daily. But now, the challenge is the government, because this district become the tourist site, so the shore side fishing is not allowed. So they also have limitation of fishing products.
And also because they can only fish during certain months, correct?
From September to December, when the typhoon come, the raining season come, so they stay at home.
Then during that period of time, they will be unable to earn an income because they're unable to go out to fish.
Yeah, they just get used to the fishing life. If they stay at home and they wait for others to call them to do just daily things to get little income, but not much. They just love fishing.
So during the non-fishing season, as you mentioned, they will be staying at home and they will get any odd jobs that are available to just help them to earn a bit of income during that period of time. So it's definitely not sufficient for them, to feed their children and things like that. So I have personally been to Sontra and I actually tried out this fishing experience, and it is really hard work. So you can see that there are many people just pulling the fishing nets, but in actual fact, actually only 5 of them will be pulling these nets in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very, very hard work for just how much again? Yeah, sorry, you mentioned for in the morning, they'll be able to get 3 kg of fish on a good day, and that's how much do they earn from the market?
They earn around 25 to 30 in one group. So when they share, they just maximum 5 a day. Yeah, it's like.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the challenge that the community is actually facing right now, because a lot of them, the poor, they are fishermen. So World Vision is on the ground to help some of these mothers especially. So the mothers, they would actually stay at home and they would not have much to do. So World Vision has thought of some initiatives to actually allow them to earn additional sources of income. So Nia, can you share with us, what is this picture about?
Because the parents of the children get used to the fishing life, but the income is not enough for their monthly for feeding the children. So we support mothers to set up a small business. We work with our government officer and partners. We support the inputs and train the mothers how to do small business. Here's the shop, the grocery shop. They sell seafood, dry fried seafood. They sell fruits for daily income. So now the income daily, they can get around 5 to 7 US per day.
Okay. So this is another group as well. It's a little restaurant that they set up.
Yeah, it depends on the needs of the community and the parents. Someone they want to sell something, but some mothers they said they're not good at selling, but they're good at cooking. So we also support them to train how to cook, not only for the family, because they cook very well, but well for family only. But now they want to do business, they need more skills and more knowledge. So we support to train them with how to cook for a business, to serve a customer daily, And here, the both models that the government also support very much. Together with us, the government can help the poor, the women. So now they can earn also from 5 to 7 USD a day.
Mm-hmm. So can you share with us what's the title of this restaurant called?
Yeah. Alo is the name, and cơm trưa in the picture is the lunch.
So alo is
corn for lunch.
Oh, so call for lunch. Okay, that's a very interesting and a good name.
Lunch, a good lunch for you. So call us. So corn for lunch.
Wow. Okay, and also World Vision has also taught these ladies how to set up a marketing, a Facebook page basically for marketing purposes. And if any one of you here, you can, feel free to head over to the Facebook page and like this page to show your support.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Can you share with us some of the dishes that they cook that are very popular?
Yeah, very good comment from customers.
Very good comments.
Yeah, very good comments from customers.
Okay. So here, so apart from helping the mothers, we also see that there is a gap in the youths, especially who may drop out from schools and things like that. So we are there to actually stand in the gap to help these youths. So can you share with us a bit about some of the interventions that World Vision do in this area?
Beside mothers, we also help youth. Because as you see in the picture, all of them out of school. They stopped school since 15, 16, 17 years old. And they had no hope for the future. Because normally in Vietnam, we must complete the high school and complete university to get a job. But for the youth in Sơn Trà, many of them just stop at 15, 16, 17. So we help them the training for life skills and living value. So they get back their encouragement and get back their hope for the future. And as you see the paper, that during the 3 days training, they persuade themselves that they have to change, and they write down what to change, what to become better, and what career they want for their future. So after that, they push up in 30 minutes to prove that that's really what they want. And after the paper, we sign approve, and then we send them to the vocational training center.
Okay, I think, yeah, that's also something very special about World Vision's child sponsorship program, because the youth, they may not be, registered as a child sponsor, but because the interventions that World Vision carry out is very holistic, we believe in helping the entire community step out of poverty, because it's not just the children themselves. It really takes a whole village to, take care and, help the children. So that is part of the World Vision's intervention, where, we also help the youths because we see that there is a need in this area. So as Nia mentioned just now, that these youths will actually be, put into vocational training, and World Vision is there as well to actually help them through it. So we'll share with you some of the vocational trainings that they actually go through. So this is those youths who actually enjoy baking.
Yeah, baking, yeah. As you see in the picture, it depends on the potentials and the need of each youth. So we advise them to choose. Someone they choose motor repairing, someone they choose cooking, someone they choose F&B, hairdressing, some more. And in the picture is the cooking training class. So each of them will attend in 6 months, and about depends on the course. And they love to cook, and they want to learn to become a cook in the future. That's it. We send them. Yeah. But one special thing is this youth is not like from school. So it's need our cooperation with the training center. They have to report to us weekly about the attendance of these trainees. So we will make a monitoring system to call for the attendance or to ask to questions and to care for the youth daily.
Yeah, so as Nia mentioned that there is hairdressing as well. So Nia, you want to share with us, this story about the man in the orange shirt?
Yeah, so beside cook, the hairdressing also very famous in Da Nang. It's a need because Sơn Trà is a tourist site, so the service career is very easy to earn the income. And the student is standing behind the trainer. But I would like to have some more information about the trainer. His name is Nhật. Nhật is
the one in orange, correct? He's the trainer.
The one in orange.
Yeah.
He's the first course of our training course. He's the first batch. He's he used to get drug in 3 years. 3 years drug, and then no way out, no future. He go to the re-education camp of the government in 1 year. But after joining with us in the life skills and living value, he realized that, and he also have the paper that you saw in the picture in previous. Yeah, he proved that he want to change, and the career he want to build is the hairdresser. And after that, we send them to the training center. And after 1 year working for others, he said, I want to become an owner. And we support him partly to build the hair salon. But one special thing is, the name of the salon is Nhật Mission. His mission is to help the youth that have the same situation like him before. So the two boys standing behind is also the same situation with him, drug using and from school very early. Now he become very good example for the youth. So we are lucky, and then thanks for your support. We change the life of one person as an example, and he changed others.
That's so good to hear, Nia. And okay, for child protection, so we know that parents of poor families spend almost all their time struggling to make a living. So as a result, their children are often neglected and they lack care, guidance, and supervision. Also, parents have very high expectations of their children's performance, but they lack good relationships with them. So domestic violence is very prevalent, with 79.3% of children between 2 to 14 years old having reported being treated violently by parents or caregivers. So Nia, can you share with us a bit about, the situation on the ground, like on child protection?
Yeah, besides livelihood, we also support the community and children with child protection. So for the children, we educate the children, the life skills and living value to help them to understand how to live in harmony, how to live in peace, and how to solve the conflicts. And also we equip them with the life skills of how to prevent the violence, the physical violence. Because as you know, when the parents stress, and it's easily for them to have a physical punishment to their children. So we teach the children first. So when, for example, when your parents get angry, so don't talk more. You just keep silent and listen. It's like that. And then when you have free time for the dinner or lunch, just open and talk to their parents. Some small skills like to help them to be safe and have a good environment.
Yeah, so these are some of the interventions that World Vision is doing. And so besides the children, we also educate the parents themselves.
Yeah, through the children club, we train the children the skills like that. But besides, we also train the parents to train them how to apply the positive discipline to their children. And many of them really, after 4 days training, it's mean not full 4 days, but 1 day 60 minutes, 1 day 60 minutes. So make it 4 days. and they learn 12 lessons. From the lady in the middle, he's the volunteer. We train the volunteer first, and the volunteer go back to their community and train the parents every night, like 4 times continuously. And many parents realize that, oh, what I did in the past really wrong because I didn't understand my child. Now I learn, I know, and I will stop scolding. I will stop using physical punishment. Yeah, this one make us happy, really inspire us.
And also, as you mentioned earlier, the child clubs, teaching them values, correct? Like life skills and values.
Yes, at school, we also establish more than 100 children club at schools. So besides the knowledge at school, they learn like math, English, literacy. They also learn the life skills. Life skills, how to prevent physical violence, how to prevent the, how to have a safety online, how to solve the conflicts by the children club monthly. They operate monthly.
Okay, and then there's sports as well, because we want to engage them in their own interests as well.
Yeah, children is not only like to discuss in the group, but they also love sport time outside. So we also support the events. And one special thing that most of the children in Vietnam, they love football.
Yeah, so how do we, as part of this, do we, try to attract them with the sport and then after we educate them? Is that how it works?
Yeah, again.
Sorry, yeah, I was just trying to understand how does this model work. So do we attract them with their favorite sport and then they come to play and then after that we educate them?
Yeah, before the event, mostly before the football game. So we have communication. Yeah, we organize the communication and then they listen, they answer, they get the gift when they answer the right things. And after that, they join the sport time.
Okay. So as the reward, they can actually play football.
Yeah. So always every event, we have 2 parts. The first is to learn something and the second is to play together.
To play. That's a good plan. Okay, and what about this? It's a children's camp?
This is not just a camp. The camp is bigger.
Okay.
This one just a communication event in the community. So twice a year, we make this event at the community.
So what
the
is
event? Yeah, the name of the event is about how to prevent the physical violence to children.
I see.
And the volunteers that speak to the children is the trained volunteer. We train them, and then we support to organize the event. And during this event, children also have a time to speak out their thinking, their thought. And they play the game together, they listen, and then they learn how to prepare themselves in the situation of violence. So how to talk to the parents, it's like that.
Okay, that's interesting. So that's for child protection. And now we move on to natural disasters. So as mentioned earlier, typhoons are a very frequent occurrence in Sontra area. As you can see, even though there are concrete buildings, but the poor and the vulnerable, they don't live in the concrete buildings. They live in, this kind of housing, and it usually gets destroyed during the typhoon season. So Nia, can you share with us again, can you remind us, when is the typhoon season in Sontra and how often does it happen in a year?
Yeah, about the typhoon, when you see in the map that the typhoons was born from Philippines, but the place is Vietnam. And when you see in Vietnam, it means Sontra in the middle of Vietnam. So if the typhoon goes straight, so Sontra is the place to get it. And in the picture, you can see at behind is a very beautiful house with concrete. But beside the house is very temporary house. And the typhoon went from September to December. When the typhoon comes, so for sure, the poor will be affected.
So how many times in a year does this typhoon hit Santra?
Normally, when September comes, it's typhoon number 1.
Okay.
Normally, every year we get typhoon number 15, number 16, until number 18. Depends on the year. But when December comes, if less than 10, okay, more than 10 to make the people worry.
Okay, so some of the interventions that World Vision has done is training the community members on how to protect themselves when such a thing happens, right? We all know that we cannot stop a typhoon, but we can, try to, protect ourselves from it. So can you share with us some of the things that are being taught in these sessions?
Annually, we conduct the training and communication for community people and children. Every year, around from August to September, 1 month prior to the typhoon come, the period. So we are retraining for the community people how to prepare for the typhoon when they come. So there are some steps like before typhoon come, in the typhoon, and after the typhoon. So all the people in the community, they know, especially the people living in the temporary house. And we also have a rapid team. We call rapid response team. So the team established at community level. So in case any family need, they come to help.
Okay, and here World Vision has also published some of the books so that they will be able to go home to read up on it.
Yeah. The book is about for the children to prevent to prepare for the typhoon, and also for the like incident, how to do the first aid and how to save the people when they get into the water, because very easily in the typhoon season, the people also easy to get into the water, because Santra, we stay in the middle of one river and the sea. That's why the material is important for the children and the parents to read at home. Besides the communication in that community, they get the material to read at home.
Yeah, and so flooding happens very often as well, right? I know that we have constructed swimming pools to teach the kids how to learn to swim. Yeah.
Yeah, very lucky that World Vision also, when we come, we not only train the children how to swim, but we also we call for support from many sponsors to make the portable swimming pool, very good quality swimming pool. And we train the children to swim. And recently, when we have a swimming pool, really no children drowning in during 3 years. Very good news.
That's
and then besides, we also in the picture we train the volunteers and the rapid response team with the skill how to do first aid.
And this one is the building of typhoon shelters. So World Vision Singapore supported the building of these typhoon shelters as well. So yeah, would you just quickly share with us about, how we use these typhoon shelters?
Yeah, the shelter is really helpful. The government officer and so the community people, they said, oh, they love this house because, the poor people with children, the poor family with children, they live in very soft roof. When the typhoon comes, for sure, everything moves. So we built a shelter we call evacuation shelter. So in case emergency, around 200 people can live in here with the full equipment of water and latrines, everything here. But not only this building for the typhoon. In Delhi, this place become the meeting place of the community people. And also upstairs, we together we make a library for the children, so they can daily they can move upstairs for reading books and play games for when they have free time.
So with the construction of this typhoon shelter, it's really killing two birds with one stone. So, you know, during the non-typhoon season, they'll be able to use for other purposes. And during the typhoon season, they'll be able to use it for a shelter. Yeah.
Typhoon season priority to use for evacuation.
Okay, and of course, we have to talk about COVID-19 because it is something that has been bombarding our lives recently. We know that the cases in Vietnam is not very high, but as part of World Vision's, you know, accountability and protection, we do want to help these beneficiaries, you know, to get any protection that they need. So can you share with us here, you know, I believe this is the distribution of hygiene kits in the community for the vulnerable families?
Yeah, when the COVID-19 came, we have in Centra, we have 3 weeks isolation. The quarantine, we cannot go everywhere. And then before that time, we support the children, especially the sponsor children, with masks, with the soap for them to practice hand washing daily at their home.
And here is the distribution of booklets and pamphlets for them as well.
And the children in the COVID-19 times, they have to stay at home, and really many risk for them to stay at home. So together, World Vision staff, we identify some basic and very popular risks when they stay at home. Firstly, drowning, because when they stay at home and stay near the sea, so very easy to go to the sea themselves. So the topic, very important. And physical violence, also in the book, to guide them how to relax, how to behave when the parents or the relatives get angry, to keep a good relationship with the family. And also sexual abuse, also very important. So the material also show them how to prevent from sexual abuse when they stay at home. And hotline 111 is the national emergency line of Vietnam. When they call 111, so they get support immediately from the call.
And the call is from is by what? National, okay.
But in our city we have 1 station, and when they call from Centra, so the station from Da Nang city will accept the call and help them in time.
So I believe World Vision will also assist in these calls when needed.
Yeah, we don't, this one, the government, 111 is the government. We just support the communication, how to reach
to the system, okay. And of course, we also distribute daily essentials such as, you know, rice and oil that we can see here. So how many households did we distribute these essentials to, and how long can they last for?
Yeah, the first step, we do the prevention. And the second, we do the emergency support. During COVID time, really many people, the parents lost the job. So after 1 month, stay at home, really many families, nothing left at home to eat. That's why we support 600 families with sponsored children to get some basic food like rice, milk for the children, and cooking oil.
Okay, and of course, we also teach the children hand washing techniques, right? So that their hygiene will be able to be kept up.
Yeah, this picture is when the students go back to school after the quarantine time stop. Yeah, quarantine stop, and then they go back to school, and we call this one recovery plan. Recovery is to prepare So before the student go back to school, we support community and school to set up the washing hand corners. And we also have the panel to guide 6 basic steps of washing hand for the children. They go to school, they wash their hand.
Okay, thank you so much, Nia, for sharing. And of course, if any one of you have any questions for Nia, you can type out in the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll be able to answer some of these questions at the Q&A segment later. So for now, we have 2 of the trippers who recently visited Sontra. They are Tak Ming and Spring. Both of them have sponsored a total of 10 children, of which 5 of them are from Vietnam. So Tak Ming and Spring will be sharing some of their experiences on the trip as well as their own child sponsorship journey. Tak Ming and Spring, please.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, so maybe you can share with us, how was the trip like? I think you went last year, right? To
Yes.
Sontra?
Yeah, my wife and I, we went on this sponsors trip sometime in August last year. That was about after a year being on this sponsorship program. Well, we were sort of encouraged to find out more and visit the kids that we've been sponsoring. So,
so I see here that you actually participated in the fishing activity.
yeah,
Do you remember how it was like?
I was trying to steer the boat, but I couldn't get anywhere. So it was like a basket. It wasn't a traditional boat, and it was just turning round and round. And the chap in the middle, who was actually the captain of the boat, well, eventually had to get him to help out. Yeah, but it was quite insightful. Yeah.
And also you participated in the construction, a bit about the construction of the typhoon shelters.
Yeah, we were given a chance to try to help out to do something for the typhoon shelter that they were building. They wanted to put up a sort of a recreation area for the kids, and so we tried not to get in the way by causing more problems and all that, but we managed to at least do just a little small portion of the playground. Hopefully it's still standing, Yeah.
Okay, and of course you met your sponsored children during the trip.
Yeah, this was the youngest guy, Kyo. We have also another two more girls on the sponsorship list. And during the trip, that's the other girl. Then we signed up to sponsor for another 2 boys.
During the trip itself.
Yeah, their family were in quite dire straits. So we heard about their plight, and we thought that maybe we could try to squeeze in another 2 more. Yeah.
And of course, we had some activities with the sponsored children as well, and I'm sure it was a memorable night for the both of you.
Yeah, it was overwhelming. It was a great experience actually. Actually, I personally was a little bit reluctant to go on the trip at first because I didn't know what to expect. And with Nia's help, he helped to sort of give us a better insight on what actually they were doing in Sontra. Because all we knew from Singapore's side is that we were just sending sort of financial aid. We thought that was all, but actually a lot more went into just dispersing funds, giving financial aid and all that. A lot of programs were built up, and I was very, very impressed by the operations that went on.
Thank you so much, Takme and Spring, for coming on to just do a very quick sharing on some of your experiences and your journey as a child sponsor. So, any last words before we move on?
I do. I just like to reach out to whoever is listening. I think most of your participants today are already sponsors. That we like to maybe do a little bit of selling here also. Sontra is still about halfway through its program. I think the sponsors did a great job in Tien Lu, and it's now their time to move on. Perhaps anyone interested, Sontra may be a good location to help out, because I think that the needs are still quite plentiful. And then for those who maybe like myself, who have been wavering on the sidelines all the while, I say, what good can we do? We are just one person, we are just one small speck in the whole system. Maybe I just like that our small actions and all that help greatly in a community like Sontra. Like there's a saying by Aesop that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. So I think World Vision has been doing a great job with whatever we can contribute.
Thank you so much, Spring, once again. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And now, of course, we have some stories from our beneficiaries. So we, as Tao Ming mentioned as well, there are needs on the ground, and we do have a lot of children that are waiting to be sponsored. So, the team in Sontra has picked out just 6 children from very vulnerable backgrounds to showcase today. So if you're keen in sponsoring any one of these children, please raise your hand and my colleague will be able to drop you a WhatsApp message. And the team from Sontra has also highlighted 2 of their videos. So we'd just like to show them to you right now.
Cháu có 23 tuổi, cháu rất nghèo, cháu có ba là bạn. Cảm ơn ngài hỗ trợ.
Xin chào người phụ nữ. Tôi tên là Đỗ Thị Thành. Năm nay tôi 55 tuổi. Có ở đây Hà Nội. Bạn nó đi thù ấy. Bạn không bảo ăn rồi người bả thôi. Nhiều đứa bây giờ cũng khó khăn. Tuy là mình còn để cháu không đủ tiền để nuôi cháu, không đủ tiền để cho đứa em ăn.
đi lớn đi học biết không ra biết cái mặt.
So if you're keen to sponsor Little Folk, please feel free to raise your hand and my colleague will be able to, connect with you via WhatsApp and of course any of the children that you see here. So we do have another video for you.
Mẹ ơi, con muốn làm bác sĩ để lớn lên chữa bệnh cho nhiều người.
Khi con mang thai cháu là ba cháu đã đi theo một người phụ nữ khác. Từ khi cháu ra đời đến giờ cháu chưa biết mặt ba cháu là ai, nhưng mà đó là một điều rất hạnh phúc. Tôi và con tôi thật sự là con tôi rất là nhiều mơ ước, nhưng mà khi con tôi chào đời đến bây giờ tôi chưa biết mặt cháu, ba cháu có thắc mắc, nhưng mà tôi đã cố gắng vượt qua nỗi đau này.
Con thích chơi với mẹ, con thích màu hồng con.
Nhờ phường hỗ trợ che nắng che mưa để ở qua ngày mùa nắng thì con mở được, còn mùa mưa thì dột ướt hai mẹ con, nhưng mà cũng khuyên nhủ con gái cố gắng vượt qua để cho ngày qua ngày tháng qua tháng, mà chưa biết khi nào thì phường lấy đất lại thì chỗ ở cũng không ổn định. Nói chung là cũng mơ ước có một căn nhà nhỏ để cho con gái sống qua ngày. Trong cuộc sống cháu cứ mơ ước nhiều thứ lắm, nhưng mà tôi không đủ điều kiện để lo cho cháu. Và cuộc sống hàng ngày của tôi là làm đủ mọi việc. Hôm nay thì rửa chén nhà hàng, ngày mai thì phụ bếp. Nói chung ai cần việc gì thì tôi đều cố gắng làm để lo cho con gái, vì con tôi là một tài sản lớn nhất của đời tôi. Cảm ơn nhà bảo trợ đã giúp đỡ và tạo điều kiện cho hai mẹ con tôi. Tôi hy vọng tương lai sẽ đến những điều tốt đẹp của con gái của tôi. Cảm ơn nhà bảo trợ.
Okay, so we see here that many children, they do have dreams, and by your sponsorship, you'll be able to really help them in realizing these dreams. So once again, if you're keen to sponsor any of the children that you see here, you can raise your hand and my colleague will be able to connect with you via WhatsApp. And we are coming to the end of our session, but before that, we have a very short Q&A segment. We do have some questions from sponsors that we would like to answer right now. So we'd like to invite Nia and Hang back on. Okay, so maybe we can start with Tien Lu first. So a sponsor is asking. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So a sponsor is asking the Tien Lu team if there will be continual monitoring of the village's condition, be it economic, health, or education, even after World Vision has stopped supporting the area.
Okay. So it's one of our targets during the IDP implementation time. We build capacity for our partner, including the program management board from district, commune, and village, also volunteer networks. They are now capable to monitoring, continue our World Vision work in the commune and village. So we are confident that after World Vision payouts, they can continue and even do better in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this right from the start, even World Vision actually partners with local leaders, and that is why when we leave the community should be self-sustainable to help in any areas. So we have another question for Tien Lu. With new technologies like Zoom gaining popularity, would World Vision be providing such facilities in the schools in these remote areas, so that we can get volunteers to train the communities that World Vision support in all kinds of areas, be it technology, life skills, and all kinds of subjects. And so basically they don't have to travel to train the children, and because it can be done over Zoom.
Yeah.
So are there any plans on,
yeah, Zoom also become very common in our community. During the COVID time, when people could not go out of the house, the children also study through Zoom. The teacher give lessons through Zoom. So the children very familiar with this technology. Also, World Vision use Zoom to have training, communication for children, parents, caregivers during the COVID time that we could not meet each other. Also here, most of people here access to the internet. So they can be able to not only through Zoom, but also access to different kind of learning frame to learn to get new skill or knowledge. So I think it's a good idea, and they are using now in Tien Lu.
I'm just wondering, for the very poor families where they don't own laptops or computers, would this
they can use the phone. Smartphone is very cheap.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay. So, okay, now we have another 2 more questions for the Sontra team. So, a sponsor is asking, for Sontra AP, is the vocational training schedule affected by the current COVID-19? If it has, are there any training conducted online?
About more than 2 months. The school, after 1 month start, and then the school also conduct through Zoom. So many schools, they open Zoom to teach the student when they're at home. And because the smartphone is very popular, so they can borrow from their parents or they borrow from their relatives to join the online section. And then for the activity communication, we have the initiative not to have the crowd, not in the big group, but we conduct home visits for the children. So even in COVID time, our volunteer network, volunteer members still go to each household to visit the child. And if any child needs support, the volunteer will report to us, and we already have the plan to support.
Okay, thank you so much, Nia and Hang, because we're running a bit short on time. So if any one of you have any further questions, you can actually drop us a WhatsApp at 69220135, and my colleagues will be able to assist you with any of those questions. So thank you so much, Nia and Hang, for joining us in today's session.
Thank you. Thank you all sponsor on World Vision Singapore to support Tien Lu. And we are very happy to say goodbye to all of you. And our children now very can be sustained. The family can sustain the well-being of children here. So it's a great time. It's time for us to say goodbye to the community as well. So bye-bye.
Bye, Hang. Bye, Nia. And the Sontra team has actually prepared actually a performance for us, and let's enjoy the performance.
Sau đây chúng em xin phép được trình bày tiết mục hôm nay là thứ Bảy. Xin cảm ơn nhà bảo trợ đã luôn luôn đồng hành cùng chúng em. Chúng em xin cảm ơn.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark.
Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark. Let's go hunt, do 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 do. Let's go hunt, do 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 do. Let's go hunt, do 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 do. Let's go hunt. Run away, do 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 do. Run away, do 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 do. Run away, do 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 do. Run away.
Safe at last, do 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 do. Safe at last, do 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 do. Safe at last, do 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 do. Safe at last. It's the end, do 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 do. It's the end, do 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 do. It's the end, do 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 do. It's the end.
Cảm ơn nhà bảo trợ đã hỗ trợ cho chúng con. Hẹn gặp nhà bảo trợ tại buổi sơn trà.
And so once again, if you would like to sponsor a child, like to help a child in need, you can actually raise your hand and my colleague will be able to connect you with a WhatsApp message. Alternatively, we also have giving a one-time gift to the Tien Lu area. So there was a question just now on whether, World Vision continues some of the interventions that we do. And this is actually one of them where if there's certain areas that we see that there's a need to still continue with the locals, we would actually do so. And so for this social and livelihood empowerment project, we're actually continuing until 2021. So just really a quick sharing on what is this about. So in Tien Lu that we have introduced some very successful development models such as the chicken and cow raising groups, etc. And the locals are actually it is basically these models have been very promising and they are highly regarded by the local people. So because the local people, they actually require capital to take full advantage of some of these models. So World Vision actually established microfinance in Tien Lu AP to increase access to appropriate microfinancial services in sustainable manner. So through microfinance, families can invest in applying the business models of the livelihood projects to improve the living conditions and create brighter futures for their children. So some of the key challenges that these community faces right now is that because there's an inadequate access to financial services. So government loan schemes have very complicated loan application processes with long delays in loan approval processing and require collaterals as well. Local money lenders' interest rates are about 4.5 to 6% per month versus World Vision's 1% per month. And existing loan providers provide lump sum payments at the end of loan cycles, which poor borrowers are unable to settle. And so, World Vision, we actually aim to provide multi-purpose business loans without collateral to solidarity groups who needs funds for diverse business purposes to sustain livelihoods and develop household economy. We also want to provide social loans without collateral to solidarity groups who needs funds for housing improvements or to meet immediate needs for their children, including tuition and healthcare costs. And also, last but not least, to provide non-financial services like client financial literacy education, business development skills, and household economic management skills. And you can see the direct number of beneficiaries that will benefit from this project. So if you're keen to give a donation to this project, you can actually scan the QR code that you see on the screen. Alternatively, you can also, of course, contact us either at 6922-0135 or you can raise your hand and my colleague will be able to assist you. So we have come to the end of our webinar session. Thank you so much everyone for joining us in today's session. Before you go, we have a feedback poll that will be popping up on your screen. We appreciate if you can fill up this poll so that we will be able to improve our webinar sessions in the future. Thank you everyone, take care and have a good weekend.